What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about my preliminary statement, what that means. We're going to talk about the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, and we're going to talk about the revelation that I found when I went to tighten up my second draft of my preliminary statement. I went into the documents again to draw out the right information, what I found. All right, so what is a preliminary statement? A preliminary statement is, in the very beginning, there was a complaint. And then AMC responded to that complaint. So what happened is the plaintiffs gave a version of their story. All right, Rose Izzo gives a version of her story. I give a version of the story according to my perspective. All right, that's what preliminary statements are for. All right, the story as you know it. For example, the Karate Kid. All right, Ralph Macchio moves into the new town. He's single with mom is single and so forth, and he has a hard time adjusting. The kids gang up on him and they beat him up, and he's got to learn karate, kicks their ass at the end in the story. But wait a minute, 30 years later, we find Cobra Kai, and Johnny is telling his side of the story, and it's not that they were bullying little Ralph Macchio. It was that Ralph Macchio was really having a hard time when he came to town and living with his single mother and all the other pressures that he was going through, and that he was picking fights with them. And at one point he said, I'm just sitting in the bathroom stall smoking a fucking joint, and this asshole puts water over me. So, pours water over me. So, we heard a different version, or you heard another preliminary statement to what transpired in that time frame. Now, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm writing my own preliminary statement, the story, AMC Squeeze as I know it, and that is my preliminary statement. Well, these are the facts as if I know it, and I'm reading their facts, I'm reading her facts. This is hers. Okay, can y'all see that? Preliminary statement. All right. And I'm thinking, wow, they go from AMC retail stockholder base loudly voiced their opposition, forcing AMC board to withdraw both proposals. The board turned to its authorized shares of preferred stock to raise capital. On July 28, 2022, the board approved the creation of the preferred equity unit and so forth. But she makes a pretty big jump there. Between those two sentences, a lot is transpiring, okay? For example, what I'm saying, AMC retail stockholder base loudly voiced its opposition, forcing AMC board to withdraw both proposals, okay? Y'all remember that. Then she goes to the next step. They go to the preferred stock and issue that to raise capital. But like I said, there's a whole story that's got to be told before you can go from withdrawal of the proposals to the issuance of the preferred shares. Now, as I went digging in the archives of the court filings, I wanted to make sure I had the facts right. And what I found here was this is one of the documents that they had sealed, and the court had told them they had to unseal. Boy, wait till y'all see what I'm about to show y'all in here. They're discussing, let me back it up so you can see what it is. They're discussing, this is the minutes of a special meeting of the board of directors of AMC Entertainment, December 21st, 2022. And they talk about director search updates, Cineworld Regal updates, and number 3 topic was the Antara transaction. Let me blow it up just a tad so I can read it. Mr. Aaron updated the board on a proposed financing transaction with Antara Capital, which had been introduced to AMC by Citigroup. He was pleased to report that the company had raised approximately $162 million from its fall at the money efforts, but that the APE price had fallen below $1, causing AMC to stop selling shares in the open market. Company forecasts approximately $750 million of liquidity for the end of the year, including its $200 million revolver, with Antara company could sell 110 million of APEs to Antara at a blended price of 66 cents. I like that phrase. They like to throw that kind of stuff in there. Oh, yeah, well, if you do this and you do that and you blend it all together, it's 66 cents. But watch this. A slight discount to the 68.5-cent closing price today. What did AMC close on the day that they're having this talk? 68.5 cents. Antara would purchase 60 million shares today, while the price is 68.5 cents, right? For 58 cents per share. And approximately 107 million shares in 30 days. All right, after antitrust clearance, which they changed all that around. As soon as they got cleared, they switched all the information again. That's for another video. What I want you to see right here is, although the stock was trading at 68.5 cents, they sold 60 million shares to Antara for 58 cents. Now, Marantz Rants was the first one that came out with that DD, and when I tried to talk to him about how did he find that out, he was really rude. You know him with his, I ain't your fucking friend. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be your friend, bitch. I'm trying to figure out how you got 58 cents. And there it is. Antara bought 60 million apes on the 21st of December for 58 cents. Okay? Then they continue to talk on more, and they're going to start discussing the vote. And there's going to be a section here that's redacted. All right? Discussion ensued among the board about the advantages and risk associated with the Antara transaction. Mr. Aaron outlined the voting dynamics for the special shareholder meeting, indicating that they were presently considering considerably more apes in the float than common stock, that the apes presumably would want to convert, and that the non-voting ape shares would be voted proportionally rather than as no votes, all of which factors gave AMC a good chance to secure approval for conversion. So, that's how he knew he was going to win this vote. They were starting to say, well, wait a minute now, this Antara transaction, what if it doesn't get approved? And he's like, look, man, we got this. All right? We've sold enough ape that counters the common, and now, once we sit down to vote, you'll have the conversion. And then it goes on to say this, watch. Oh, directors commented that Antara might enjoy a windfall if the ape price escalates. See how they were concerned? Wait a minute now, they're going to make a whole shitload of money off this 58 cent ape. And then they came to the conclusion that AMC benefited as well if the ape price increased. The directors observed there was no assurance that the ape price would rise or that apes would convert, which would be risk for Antara. Mr. Aaron indicated that one risk was that if retail investors were upset by the transaction and began selling their shares, causing the price of AMC equity to decline. And then I asked Jenny to fill in that redacted sentence, and she said the most likely thing that was there was that it would cause the market capitalization of AMC to fall as well. And here's the important thing. Watch this. Mr. Aaron covered one additional point. He couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. That he would be back to the board in the next several days about the authorization or about authorizing additional common shares in conjunction with the conversion vote, so that AMC would have more shares to offer through the at-the-money offering or in other deals going forward. People, did you hear what he just said? Now, to all you yes voters who keep talking that bullshit, right here, the last thing at this meeting Adam Aaron wanted them to know is that as soon as the conversion happened, he'd be back in a few days to be telling them that he wanted to issue common stock. So we will get diluted within a couple of days of the reverse stock split and the conversion. within a couple of days, he will be back in front of the board, he said, to dilute the company more. So with that, love y'all, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.